Hi, John Carroll Lynch here. The killing of Renee Nicole Good was shocking and terrifying and depressing and enraging, but sadly, she wasn't the first person to die at the hands of ICE, nor will she be the last as long as ICE continues to disregard the law and our legal constitutional rights and protections, especially now, since the budget of ICE is bigger than the Canadian military. I am so grateful to those of you, my fellow Americans, who are out observing, videoing, protesting the actions of ICE, and I pray for your safety, and I will join you. And to my fellow Americans who are working as agents of ICE, I imagine you believe what you're doing is righteous, or at least necessary, and that the government has provided you with a very generous package of benefits and salary and a $50,000 signing bonus, which is a lot of money. But I was wondering, when you're done with your shift and you've taken off your body armor and your camo and your mask, and you're tired and you're sore from going house to house and storming schools to fulfill your daily quotas, and you've followed the orders of your superior, and you've uploaded the video of you and your fellow agents confronting protesters and dragging people out of buildings, and you've taken that long shower to clear your body of the sweat and the adrenaline and the cortisol, and your head of the images of you and your fellow agents pepper spraying ministers and kneeling on the backs of teenagers at Target and tackling guys in giraffe and frog outfits. And you're finally calm enough to call your family. And after you've talked to your kids about how school was today, and you make sure that they know that you love them and that you miss them, and your wife or your husband has tried to fill you in on their day and how hard it is to be a single parent while you're gone, but you have to ask them to speak louder, because the protesters outside are screaming and banging to keep you from sleeping. What do you say in those few precious moments when they ask you, your wife or your husband, how was your day? Do you tell them about the time that you zip-tied children to force their parents out of their house so you could detain them? Or that you handcuffed a woman, a combat veteran's wife, at her final asylum hearing and threw her into a van and took her to a place where her husband won't be able to find them? Do you tell them about the time that you said to someone filming you, do any of these actions? Have you learned nothing from the past few days? Do you tell them that? Or do you just take a tired pause and say something ironic, I don't know, like, my day was good? Is your $50,000 signing bonus worth it? Is the time away from your family, your husband, your wife, your kids worth it? Is the fear and the stress and the pressure worth it? Is the possible consequence of you being arrested and tried in the future for these actions worth it? And after your call, when you've turned on the TV and you see the Revolutionary Guard tear gassing protesters and detaining thousands and killing hundreds on the streets of Iran, do you see yourself in that? And in a few months, when you're ordered to cordon off a polling place in Atlanta or Minneapolis or Detroit or Milwaukee to prevent enemies of the state from voting, will you perhaps be haunted by the idea that in your zeal you have become what you despise, someone taking away the rights of your fellow Americans?